Good afternoon. How's it going? I want to give a shout out to the Coyote Project. Shout out to the Coyote Project for leaving some and he has some good opinions on his take on the whole Virginia shit that's going on. I want to talk about investing in this podcast. I want to talk about money, coming from someone who doesn't really. I'm trying my best over here, all right? My neck's barely above water. So, Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban is a billionaire who has sold a couple of his companies, and now he's the owner of the Dallas Mavericks. And I was watching on the program on YouTube. It's called Investors Archive. And what Mark Cuban says is do not take an investor unless you have absolutely no choice, because sweat equity is the best equity. Now, I posted that on my Twitter and I automatically got a few likes because, I think people who work their asses off creating what they want to create understand that sweat equity is the best equity. And also, what Mark Cuban was talking about was that a lot of people from the show Shark Tank that end up failing, or they make it tougher on themselves with their business ideas, is that they think as soon as they get an investor that they're finished. They think that the hard work is over and that the investor is going to somehow magically make everything easier. No, Mark Cuban says that as soon as the investor puts the money in, that's when it begins, and that's when you must go. You're obligated to go even further and work even harder and stay there 24 hours a day. Mark Cuban said that a lot of people will just hire a bunch of employees to take over the business while they sit back, kick back, you know. And that's not what business that he said is all about, because if it's your baby, your business, you want to be there. You're the one who's making it operate. You have to take care of it as if it's your baby. Okay? Now, sweat equity is the best equity, is what he says. So, I don't know. I was talking to someone yesterday about their business, and he said that they started on $5,000 without any investors, because they said, hey, if we fail with this $5,000, it's not going to hurt us too much. And if we need an investor, that means we're not doing something right by ourselves. Okay? So, investors, basically what they do is they're going to listen to your business proposal. They will dish out, let's say, $100,000 for you. Now, they're going to want equity in your business. So they own a piece of it, maybe 5%, 10%. So if you want to make any drastic changes in your business, or you want to make any changes at all, you're going to have to ask your investors first. And if they don't want to do that, it's their money up. Okay? They put their money for your business. So you kind of own it, you kind of don't. This is what I learned today with talking with that person. Now, sweat equity is the best equity. That really stuck out to me because, people appreciate stuff more when they worked for it, right? So Mark Cuban was saying that if you invest in someone's business and they have the right idea, if they have the wrong idea, they're just going to take that money, invest it into the business, and then they're going to kick their feet up, relax, and think that their job, right, quote unquote job, is done. Also, what Mark Cuban said is, if it's your business, do not look at it like a job, okay? So, this is all research. I'm learning every day, and it's crazy, but that's why I'm glad I have people to talk to that run their businesses and own them. And Mark Cuban is online and he talks about it. He seems like a very, very knowledgeable guy, very nice, very humble guy, right? And he's been selling stuff since he was a child. He was selling baseball cards, trash bags, door to door. You know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. But I also want to get into making money work for you rather than slaving hard for money. Okay? This is a concept that I guarantee if you ask anybody if they can make money while they sleep, they would say yes. But when you tell them the steps to do it, they will immediately forfeit. I'd say 98% of people will forfeit the passive income, right? And it's not all what it seems like. It's not like you can just, oh, I'm going to invest in one thing and then I can make money all day, every day while I'm sleeping or whenever, okay? So making money while you sleep, passive income, there's many ways you can go about that. When Warren Buffett was, before he was even 10 years old, Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, investor. Investors are the richest people in the world. Okay? He had bought 2 pinball machines. Now, the pinball machine you could buy for, like, say, back then, $200. And you put it in a shop. You might have to pay a little bit of rent to the shop to have your pinball machine there. But the money that you will make, the money that, you invested $200, in this pinball machine, just say it was $200. Then you put the pinball machine there, and overnight, you'll go a week later, and your pinball machine will have gained more than $200. So your return on investment is positive, not negative. That's what you want to avoid, and that's what investors, I believe, want to have a guarantee that their return on investment is going to be a positive. They want a cash flow. So yeah, that's one way. Another way that a lot of people are doing it is through YouTube. So listen, guys, here's the wrong misconception. YouTube does not go by views anymore. They don't go by subscriptions. Back in the days when YouTube was still pretty early on, it was mainly based off views. So the more views you got, the more money you would make. Like the Charlie Bit My Finger video. Around that time, Lord knows, when was that, babe? Like what, 2009 or something? So the Charlie Bit My Finger was a sensation, right? Probably one of the most watched videos. Super popular. Now the parents of Charlie and the other brother capitalized on that. So what they did, I watched, they started making t-shirts, and I don't know if they had their videos monetized, but back in those days it was about views. So 30 million views was equivalent to, you never know, like $33,000. Now YouTube has changed. It's gonna keep changing over the years, but it's now based off watch time. Okay? Because a video can have 30 million views but only having watch time of 2 seconds. So that means that the video might be clickbait. Okay? And a lot of people were reposting other videos from other people, and it was clickbait because they'd have the thumbnail be something else that the video wasn't. So YouTube changed it to watch time now. So if you're trying to make any type of money on YouTube, one, you got to stay busy. You got to be posting, I'd say, at least 3 times a week, if not 5 times a week, okay? A lot of people are not up for that task. A lot of people aren't creative enough, or a lot of people aren't passionate enough, because just like everything else, you have to put in a lot more effort and a lot more money than you will ever get in returns for the first couple of years. Okay? Coming from my experience, it might be different for everybody else. Now, with that said, watch time. You must have interesting videos, And YouTube's algorithms have made it so where it, the computer and the technology is very, very smart. Okay? There was guys going around and girls going around who would have 50,000 subscribers plus. Okay? But their views would be 500, 600 views. Now that wasn't adding up or making sense. So what YouTube realized was that a lot of these people were using clickbait or using, if you subscribe now, you have a chance to win this or win that. Now these people were tools, man. They were using YouTube the wrong way, in an not informative way. They're using it as a clickbaity way of commercially selling shit, or I don't know. It was all bad. And I watched a video of some guy saying, just don't do it, guys. He's the one that had like 50,000 to 100,000 subscribers, but his videos would only get like 500 views. That's because nobody was fucking watching his videos. All they were doing was hitting subscribe, because he would say, if you subscribe now, you have the chance to win this computer or the chance to win this iPhone, right? Kind of like Ty Lopez is doing, but he's a genius. He's doing something else. So, passive income. Another way is books, okay? Look at Uncle Bobby. Look at Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This guy self-published with the help of a lady, and I think she sued him for $24 million. Or someone sued him for $24 million. Actually, he got sued by his old business partner, which was some lady, and he paid her off. And then he just recently got sued for like 24 large. But, you know, if you have something that you have created once and people still want to keep purchasing it, you're on your way to making good money, all right? Kind of like my album. I just printed out 300 of them for $350. Okay, it was $343 or some shit. And I made pretty much $1,000 back. And I didn't even sell 300. That's called flipping the money, okay? That's called investments. You know, if you want to make passive income, you can. So say you want to write a book, right? My girlfriend's friend wants to write a book. She want to write a book, right? Now say she puts in the effort for, let's say, 6 months to a year, okay? Here's the thing, though. Here's the fucking thing. It took me 2 years to complete my album, right? Because I was overthinking it, taking my time, procrastinating, doing all kinds of bullshit. Oh, I'm drinking again. Oh, I don't like that song. Oh, I need to make a new song. Oh, I want to put that song back in. All this shit will hold you back, people. Okay? Now, imagine if my girlfriend's friend says, all right, I'm going to dedicate 6 months to a year to write this book, and I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish it. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay? There's no such thing as writer's block. Okay? If you think you have writer's block, it's just you need to get the fuck out of your comfort zone, go to a near-death experience, and you'll come back and be like, oh shit, okay. Okay? You dedicate 1 year to that book. Do not be afraid if it's not going to go anywhere. Do not be afraid if it's going to be the dumbest book ever. Okay? You put that shit out, print out like 300 copies, and give out 100 for free, and sell another 100 or 50, and you'll make way more than you spent. Okay? Do that, and if you have a nice little cult classic hit book, or if you have a J.K. Rowling international hit, you'll be getting paid royalties from that book for the rest of your fucking life, if you own the rights to it. Okay? That's another form of passive income. Royalties, man. Royalty checks. You know what I mean? Here's the thing that I was taught growing up. Okay? I was taught work, go to school, go to college, okay? I was taught go to college. I always hated school, and I always hated college. Okay? Do I have to be successful? Do I have to go to school to be successful? So I thought for the longest fucking time. Okay? It was like a dark cloud over my head. And just the other day, I was thinking, I was like, all right, cool, I have these videos about you don't need to go to college if you don't want to. Okay? But then I thought, maybe I'm just saying that shit to make myself feel better because I didn't fucking graduate from college. But then now I'm sitting here and I'm like, no, it's not for everybody. It is not, babe. You think college is for everybody? My girlfriend doesn't think college is for everybody either. Now, this is what I was taught. I was taught, okay, be obedient. Okay, be obedient. That's basically what schooling is go and be obedient. I don't even want my son, who's 4 months old, to be going to these goddamn fucking schools, man. I really don't. I really just have my son learn. And he's like, I'd rather have my son, for the summer at least, go to other countries and learn different cultures and learn from other people about life and how to survive and make stuff on your own. Okay? Make a living on your own. Because what the schooling system pretty much shows us is that you have to be obedient, learn from teachers who give a rat's ass about what they're teaching. Okay? And that's not every teacher, because I've had a math teacher at summer school who was the greatest teacher in my eyes. Super good math teacher, because he was passionate and he taught us in a fun way. All the other teachers were cool, but they were teaching and it seems like they were just like, oh God, I want to go home. Okay? I am not happy with the schooling system at all, but I'm not going to complain about it because, hey, it's free for the most part. Okay? If I had to dish out money and pay for my kids' school, that would be a different story. Now, just like most people, kindergarten through 12th grade, what value did I really get from school? Not a lot. The values I did get was be disciplined, wake up early, go somewhere that you do not want to be for a long time, and just suck it up for 5 days a week. How convenient does that sound? My girlfriend showed me all these pictures of my baby boy, all funny ones. How is it that we wake up early and we go to school Monday through Friday? I mean, don't you see how conveniently it's set up? Right? To kind of like, what is it called, babe? Condition your brain? Like, to condition you. Like, fucking, like, keep doing it over and over. Like, I keep whipping your ass all the time, and then you're, like, obedient. Whatever. My girlfriend's stupid. She's fucking ratata. Okay? That's the funny shit right there. Hey. It's just, if you look at it in hindsight, listen, guys, listen to this. It's very important. If you look at it from alien's perspective, you will see the conditioning of children from 5 years old till they're 18, right? To wake up early, go to school Monday through Friday, and then right after that, it's same thing with college, and then go work the rest of your life until you reach retirement, and then you'll be living the golden years. I like how they put that golden years on there. Dude, stop. I'm trying to be serious here, man. You know, if you guys don't know who Patrick Bet-David is, I suggest you go watch Patrick Bet-David. He's cool, man. He's been hitting me up on Instagram, reminding me of what videos were which ones I should watch. But he was doing a seminar talking about the schooling system and the college education system, saying, why is nobody questioning this? Why is nobody really, um, everyone's just turning a blind eye to it? I have a son that's 4 months old. In less than 5 years, he will be entering the school system. Now, what is daddy going to do? Am I going to sound like a conspiracy theorist and be like, son, when you go to school, just realize that no, I'm going to tell him straight up. I'll say, look, these are things that I was never taught, and I would like to teach you because, the knowledge I have gained is not from these teachers. It is not from college professors that are working out of school. It's from people that own businesses. It's from people that are different from all that shit. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I gotta read some more, and I gotta craft my mental abilities for this. But I still have 4.5 years. Okay. I want my son to read about the Mark Cubans and the Patrick Bet-Davids, and I want him to know about how to survive on your own if all the jobs crash, okay? Robert Kiyosaki, Donald Trump's personal friend, they have written 2 books together. They have written a book called We Want to Make You Rich, or I Want to Make You Rich, okay? They use debt as leverage. They use debt like Grant Cardone uses debt to get richer, okay? That's another way you can invest. You go into debt on purpose, but it's good debt, not bad debt, okay? So that's buying a home if you don't have enough money, and you're using that debt because you know that you're going to come out positive on that investment. I'm all new to this shit, guys. I'm brand new to it. I don't know what the fuck I'm really talking about. So if anybody out there really knows what I'm talking about, tell me. I'm always willing to learn. Because like a couple years ago, I didn't want to listen to anybody. Okay? Now, the main thing I want to talk about in this video was investments versus, what's it called, babe? Consumption. That's what I want to talk about. If you're going to be a consumer, just know that the money you work for, because I've been in this situation, $500 checks, $700 paychecks will be dwindled down to nothing, okay? Imagine you have a dog in your hand and you're shaking till like there's a couple hairs left on the dog, right? That's what your checks will look like. Okay? I've done this. I've been the consumer. I went out there and bought shit I did not need. I went out there and I bought beers and hung out with the homies on the block. And I've hung out at the bars and I've done all the shit. You do not want to do that. I'm telling you now. Okay? You go down the dark path. You go down the money's evil path and the conspiracy theory path. Or you go down the uninformed or the stupid path. You know what I mean? I don't mean that it's the path is stupid. You're not stupid. Okay? It's all habits. It's all in the mind, okay? You could do that. And I don't suggest it at all. So don't consume as much as, like Jim Rohn says. He says take 70% of your income. Okay? Put that to the side. You're going to use 70% of your income to go to all your expenses. But keep 30% in a completely separate pile. Okay? Now, say you get your paycheck, all right? 70% is going to go to your expenses. It's going to go to your rent. It's going to go to your car. It's going to go to your insurance. It's going to go to food, gas, what have you. All right? 30%, you're going to do something completely different with this 30%. Okay? Break that 30% down into 10%. So, 10%, of that 30 is going to go either to a worthy cause like a church that you go to. I don't go to church, okay? I'm not a religious person. So what I would do is that 10% is going to go to the community, whether it's going to be a homeless person, okay? Not every homeless person out there I'm going to give my money to. It's someone that I can see is making an effort to get out of his struggle, not someone who's going to get... You can make people more impoverished and more poor by giving them money, because they're going to go and fuck themselves up even more. Okay, so 10% of it goes to a worthy cause. So that's either a church, a charity, a small business that's trying to start out, get their feet off the ground, you can help them, or to homeless people. The other 10% you're going to shove into a compound interest savings account or into a stock. Okay? Albert Einstein says, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world, because he's so amazed of how fast money can keep compounding if you keep the money flowing in there, okay? And the other 10% of that 30%, so 10% is to a worthy cause, homelessness, charities, or a church, or something that you want to help out. The other 10% is going to go to, what did I say? Oh, savings with the compound. So you want that other 10% to kind of work, okay? You want that money to start working on its own, compounding, okay? You don't want your money to lose value. You want it to gain value on its own. Make your money work for you. And then the other 10%, the most important that you must pay attention to, because you can lose it, is going to go to your investments. That's going to go towards your book. That's going to go towards your music. That's going to go towards your business. That's going to go towards your makeup tutorials. It's going to go towards your fashion designs. It's going to go towards all that shit. Okay? That's what Jim Rohn was taught by Earl Schoaf, who was the self-made millionaire who did not even graduate past the 9th grade. Okay? Now guess where Earl Schoaf got this information from? His mentor, who got that from the book The Richest Man in Babylon. The Richest Man in Babylon is a book, short book, that I have not read yet. No thanks, babe. But I have watched videos that have the shortcuts on it over here, because I'm a lazy ass. The Richest Man in Babylon says, don't work and slave hard for money. Make money work for you. Do not spend. If you have $10, do not spend $10. Spend $9. Keep $1 for yourself. Always pay yourself first. I never knew these principles, man. Well, kind of simple stuff, but people's habits, my habits, were to kind of go against everything because I was in a very dark spot. Okay? So, The Richest Man in Babylon is a book that I have not read yet. But it's basically these two poor people are like, let's talk to the richest man in Babylon, figure out how to be rich. And some of the rules in there, the principles are always pay yourself first, never spend more than you earn, and live within your means. Pretty much live below your means, okay? If you have something you need to finish that day, you have to finish it that day. Or else it's going to keep going on, and as time goes on, you're not going to finish it, and that's potential money that you'll be losing out on, okay? So remember, if you have something that you want to create that is worth every last penny, and it is worth way more than ever spending it on something that you don't need. Okay? So I suggest if you're in an ultimatum right now and you have an idea that you want to create, say it's a book, say you want to make a book, or you want to make a musical album, or you want to create an invention, whatever the freak it may be, or you're looking at a brand new car or a brand new TV. Car is different. A car you might need. But if it's a TV or if it's a video game or a video game console, I say you take your money and you go and put it towards your idea. Because the sooner you get that done, if you finish it, and if it's successful, you will be able to buy 10 TVs. You'll be able to buy 10 video game consoles. And who knows, that idea or that invention might live on for the rest of your life, and you'll be able to make royalties and keep selling it, keep reproducing it, keep making it over and over again, and there you go. All right? Thank you. All right, guys. So that's it for this demise Keist. Kind of went all over the place, but I had some good talks today with someone that knows about what they're doing, and I was watching that Mark Cuban Investors Archive last night. Mark Cuban's a very, very nice guy, and just remember what he said: sweat equity is the best equity. Okay, if you're looking to make a song, like I've made so many songs, and if you want to make YouTube videos, put in the effort. Sweat equity. Do not half-ass it. Don't go in there thinking that it's going to be all fun and games and that you can... Don't do any shortcuts. Okay? That looks so good, babe. Jesus. Let me just say this. Sweat equity is the best equity. Do not take any shortcuts. Okay? And do not waste too much time. Okay? You have to be smart with all this shit. You have to balance everything out. Forever be left in the dust with the rest if you will fucking fail. Okay? Failing is going to happen. But then comes wisdom with that failure. I said that in my song. I said failing will happen. But then comes the wisdom. Don't be afraid to fail. Fear, like Les Brown says, is false evidence appearing real. Like Tim Ferriss says of the 4-Hour Work Week, 90% of fear is imagined. 10% is in the real world or some shit. Can't really remember exactly what it was, but most of the fear is in your mind. It's not the reality. We imagine everything that can go wrong. Whether that be relationships, whether that be business, whether that be performing in front of people, whether that's starting the writing of a script for a movie. I don't fucking know. I'm trying to lay it all out on the table for whatever you choose. It's all the same. Okay? It is all pretty much the damn same. Okay? Failing is a part of life. Shit happens, and what do? You freaking learn from it. Like that song, dust yourself off and try again. Keep going, and keep fucking going. And if you want to give up, then that's where the ultimate failure is. But if you keep going at it, you will most likely get your fucking break. All right, guys? Demise Music and Entertainment, over and out.